Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, 4 o'clock again, so it means time for the social life session. I hope you're all doing great. This is our fifth time already going live, and we had a huge positive feedback from all of you that makes us very happy. So thank you very much. And it means also that you're enjoying our videos. Thank you. I hope you can all hear me well. Thumbs up in the comments. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Well, probably we're expecting Emmanuel today, but she can't be here today. She's very sorry for that. But I'm here for you all. This week, please welcome with me Greg, who is joining us from the States. Hey, Greg.
Hey, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good.
Are you coping with the heat?
Yes, staying inside. We got an air conditioner though, so it's going okay.
Good. Survival mode.
Exactly.
Good. Well, I'm happy you could join us today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks. Good to be here. You said I was in the States, but I'm in Lyon.
Yeah, well, you're coming from the States, am I right?
That's true.
Could you tell us a little bit more about you? Where do you come from exactly? From which city?
Yeah. I'm from Philadelphia, so it's a city in the Northeast. If you don't know, it's near New York City, about an hour and a half from there. So yeah, grew up there and really experienced that life, but then also made sure to challenge myself and moved around the States a lot before coming to France. So yeah, I enjoy to travel, but my first career, I was a teacher. So
Okay.
I always
What did you
knew.
teach?
I taught literature, high school literature.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really nice. I always knew I wanted to impact people directly, and teaching was a great way to do that. And I learned a lot from, the people I was teaching, of course, and I taught in all different communities. So it was really, really nice.
Cool. How did you end up in Lyon then?
Yeah, so after my teaching, after I taught for a while and felt like a good mastery of the subject, impacted a lot of people, I was always
Mm-hmm.
interested, because in teaching, people are changing a lot. Learning involves change. And so I was really interested in what is this psychology of change? Why do some people change? Why do some people not? And then applying it to my own life, how to make changes in my life. So I was really interested in the psychology. And so I decided I'm going to go study this. So I went to Harvard, studied
Wow.
that. Yeah. I went to Harvard, got a master's there in human development and psychology. So I really learned all about, like I said, how do people develop over time? What are the different psychological theories, and what does that look like at the workplace, in the family, with children, and stuff like that. And I got certified in coaching as well, which is something I've always loved. So yeah, so there I met my fiance as well, which
Nice.
answers your second question. What brought us here? What brought me here? She got into a PhD program here that, was really, really excited about, really tough to
Wow.
pass up on, a good opportunity. So
Good for her.
yeah, really good, really nice. So that brought us here.
So you were just kind of like following her.
That's right. I'm the modern man.
Very nice, very nice. Exciting. And then what do you do exactly here in Lyon?
So I started out, like, my first job here. I was a professor at Lyon, teaching the psychology stuff that I learned at Harvard. So helping the students there to understand the psychology behind the things, and then also to be able to take it and coach others. So that's pretty special. So I'm still doing that, and I'm also launching my own business here. So
Wow.
it's exciting. It's a really exciting time. A lot of work, but really fun too. So it's learning and development, as well as developmental coaching. So on the learning and development side, I work with organizations and groups to develop their employees in any way that they're looking for. So whether that means they need a learning and development system for sales, or for example, an entrepreneurship development program, which I know we were talking about, and then also in communities. So if a community wants to develop either together with the same goal or with individual goals, this is another thing I'm really passionate about. And so I'll be holding workshops and things like that. And then if anyone wants to work one-on-one, I've got my own framework for developmental psychology that I'm really proud of and excited to bring to people.
Well, congratulations. That sounds like a new exciting project. I'm pretty sure it's
Thanks.
not easy to be an entrepreneur, especially in a foreign country. Did you
Right.
do something similar in the United States also, or you just like jumped head first here in France?
No, just came to France. I never started a business in the States, so this is my first one.
Wow, impressive.
Thanks. I mean, it's maybe, I mean, I definitely could not do it without Sojourn. That's 100% sure. Because of the network, and the
Oh, thank
relationships I've
you.
developed. Yeah. No, it's fantastic. I mean, the Sojourn community it's social and professional, and it's exactly the energy that I'm looking for.
Well, we are happy to help and support everybody who wants to join our community, and we feel very lucky that you belong with us. So,
Oh,
very good.
thanks.
What is it like being an entrepreneur in France? Do you find it easy, difficult, with all the administrative stuff?
Yes, it's difficult. I'm trying to think because I'm lucky enough I have some good friends that are French and they help me with some of that administrative stuff. But like I said, without that, that would be the language is the toughest thing. But once I got set up and submitted the, application to become an auto entrepreneur and, made the arrangements with my bank and things like that, I actually was impressed with how simple it was. Um,
Good.
yeah, once I just had help with the language.
Okay.
And
Well,
then, and like I said, with the network, the next step is obviously networking and all of that. So because I'm not fluent in French, the Sojourn community and the English speaking community is large enough in Lyon, and I feel that they do want to connect with each other because I think as an expat you're often isolated and you're looking to find people obviously that speak your language and are looking to have intercultural experiences and have that point of view, that mindset, that kind of like the world is here to experience. I think people who move from other countries or really they have that same mindset. At least that's is what I found, and especially within Sojourn, it's this mindset of connection that I really enjoy.
definitely, I agree with you. And everybody usually has the same problems, the same struggles with the language, with finding a place. And yeah, we are just happy to help everybody who we can, however we can.
Yeah, it's a really nice community.
And tell us, how can people get in touch with you? Do you have a web page or a Facebook page or anything?
Yeah, definitely. So I've got the Instagram page that I'm logged in now. I have, oh, I guess I'm in on a different one. So it's with Adaptive Edge Coaching. This is on Instagram, and then Facebook. It's Adaptive Edge Learning and Development. So it's a little bit more about the group side of things, organizations. Whereas for the personal coaching, it's more on Instagram. My website will be up very soon. That's the biggest challenge so far, or at least right now. Really, the website is tough, especially when you're doing it all yourself. You have to learn website development, even if it's supposed to be easy. It's still a lot because you got to think, how am I going to present myself? What about graphic design? All this stuff. So that's
Yep.
that's 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 my project right now. But I think
Well,
within
you're
a week.
doing at least five people's job at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so you mentioned you're doing also group and individual coaching. How can we imagine that? Like, if a community is struggling with the same challenges, they can just subscribe to you at the same time, or you do on Zoom or any other platform, or you do it in real life. What are the
Yeah.
options?
Yeah, so it's, all of the above like you mentioned there. So if people are looking for a one-day workshop to just kind of learn the skills of change, so learning how to reflect, learning how to uncover your beliefs and understand your motivations and the steps to take to change, I'm going to hold one-day workshops. If someone's looking for more of a commitment where they want to, they know they have a goal that's going to take some time, which real change often does. They can sign up to be part of a group and they'll have the support. So they'll do the exercises, they'll get the instruction from me where I'll just pass along, all the psychology I've learned, all the techniques that I have,
Mm,
making it as personal as possible in a group setting so that they can have individual time to workshop their thoughts and develop their ideas and generate some content, share with each other, in a one-on-one setting that's safe and just kind of exchange, here's how, whatever their goal is, here's how I'm developing, here's what I think, and bounce it off of each other. So, and then of course in the whole group. So I really take a lot of time and
yeah, okay. So yeah, that sounds exciting. It looks like you're prepared for different kind of scenarios, different kind of groups, different kind of challenges and problems. Very good. I have a question for you. Could you give us some tips what to do when somebody thinking about taking some personal development coaching courses. How should I think about myself, my challenges? How do I know I need some personal development, or how do I know I need some help with my change?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good question. Um, because that's all the time the people that I'm interacting with usually feel like they want to change. So if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling an emotion that is affecting your life in some way, this is my kind of measurement. Is it affecting your life? Is it affecting, your mental well-being or your relationships in some way where, usually people are aware of these things, they can sense them, but not exactly sure what it is. I would really recommend doing the reflection necessary to kind of understand yourself first. And this will kind of give you an idea of who you might like to work with in the direction. But the thing with reflection is it's very hard to do on your own. So if you are looking for someone, if you are looking for help, this would be the first step, is to reflect and understand what it is you want to overcome first. And this is what I help people with first. And it's a safe space. It's a psychological, I learned these tools at Harvard, and I'm just bringing them to people to help them understand themselves better. So, I think for your question of when to work with someone and when not to, at some point you have to take the risk and be a little vulnerable, because it's very hard to change on your own. It's very, very hard to change on your own
Definitely.
without sharing it with someone safely first, and then with your loved ones, and then eventually everybody, because you're changing your identity, you're changing yourself, and so it takes a lot of work.
Definitely. And maybe it's already difficult for some people to face the fact that they need help, because they maybe don't
Mm,
think about it, that, yeah, I'm all right. Sometimes I'm feeling not so bad, but I don't need help. Because asking
mm.
for help, I think, is one of the most difficult things.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think I always frame it in the frame of your goals. So usually people have a goal, and it's very difficult to meet, and you need to change to meet it. So this is an adaptive change. If you have
Mm-hmm.
a goal, like for me to build a website, I just need to look it up online, watch some videos. I can do that. That's a technical challenge. But a lot of goals require you to change the way you think, feel, and act. So in this case, I would recommend, really, this is tough to do on your own. You do need, if you feel like you need help, I guess it's just that vulnerability piece that, asking for help really doesn't make you weak. It's incredibly
Exactly.
strong. It's incredibly strong, strong to be vulnerable, because it's hard. It's not hard to not let your emotions out. It's not hard to, not talk to anybody about your weaknesses. That's very easy,
Exactly.
but it'll be to your own detriment. You won't change, you won't develop. And this is something that I really learned from working with children, young people, actually, like teenagers. They're changing all the time, and they recognize the value in it. I think when people get older, they might think, I'm grown now, I don't need to
I'm
change.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But people need, we're adaptive species. We've adapted up till this point, and we got to keep adapting.
Exactly, exactly. Even if it takes time, maybe more for some than others, just to be patient and accept that. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as far as time, if you really care about something, the way that I set up my programs is that you set up success, what is ultimate success, but then also short term and midterm. So if you're looking at, oh, it's going to take so long, it's not like you're going to wait 6 months for the first success. You'll wait maybe 3, 4 weeks, and then you'll start to feel, wow, I do notice a small change in
You start
myself.
to experience something already. All right.
Yeah, exactly. So time is I think some things people are worried about, like I can't commit the time, but real change, the reason it takes time is because your brain needs spacing. In any learning experience, any change, you need to space it out so that you have kind of recovery, and you can take time to reflect. So change in increments, reflect again. It's like when you're working out, kind of, right? You can't work out every day in a row the same muscles. You need to
Definitely not.
recover. And so it's similar. It's kind of, but it's not like I won't change for 6 months. You'll make small changes on the way.
Yeah. And, you know, even if it takes time, we should invest in ourselves and our mental health, even if it's challenging, even if it's time consuming, or even if we will discover some emotions that maybe we are afraid of, we sure will benefit on the long run.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I said, easy to kind of ignore these emotions, but you know they always come back to get you in the long run. Like, you know, all emotions should be excited. I'm really big on these things with emotion, that every emotion has value, and I don't think that's how our society is currently approaching emotions. I think because, you know, maybe sadness, anger, these things aren't productive, you know, in society, and they maybe not help you be efficient at work and things like that. So people often put these emotions down. They will not acknowledge them because they get joy from their accomplishments at work. So they skip the sadness, skip the frustration, and just experiencing the joy. But these, you know, the sadness and frustration are still there. It doesn't go away because you don't feel them. The emotions come from the body, they stay in your body, and they affect other areas of your life, which of course your loved ones can always always see. And
Yeah.
so yeah. So that's
Yeah.
a big
It
thing I talk
definitely
to
comes from
people about. That's a big thing I talk to people about, is like realizing how emotions can be performative and how emotions can be seen as acceptable in certain situations and not others. So like, you know, for example, you see someone crying on the bus or even at work, you would always think that's inappropriate. But really, this person, all emotions are valuable. Every single emotion has a reason that it's there. So you're not really experiencing life if you're suppressing certain emotions and not others. You know, sadness is there to make you appreciate the changes in your life. Anger is there to make you express frustrations towards a blocked goal. So why would you not feel these emotions? If you're having meaningful life, you would.
Exactly. And yeah, sometimes a good cry, that's all what you need to like release some tension. And I know I feel much better after it.
100%, every time. So it's like, is that a breakdown or a breakthrough? You have to change the way you think about it and talk about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it sounds very exciting what you're doing, what you're preparing. Um, and if I know correctly, you will be on our Apple Expert meeting tomorrow evening. Am I
Yeah,
right?
I'm looking forward to that. I'm glad that it's all started back up.
Yeah. So if anybody has any questions to you directly, they can just walk up to you and ask whatever they need or struggling with.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also Adaptive Edge Coaching on Instagram. I answer all questions, all messages, stuff like that, because I really do want to bring this science to people, and I feel it's a strength of mine. So I really am looking forward to talking with people.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much for your time, Greg. If any of you missed some parts of this live, we will be posting it on our Instagram account as an EGTV, and it will be also available on our YouTube channel, so it can be rewatched as many times. Thank you very much, Greg, and I wish you a lovely afternoon.
Thanks, you too. See you tomorrow.
Bye bye. See you tomorrow.